I don't know. Did you watch the UFC at all? Do you care about that anymore?
I watched it because I bet Max Holloway to win,
Good
decision, knockout, roller skating. I had Max. I didn't give a and I called it Wednesday night in Brooklyn. I said it on stage, and why? I wasn't even going to consider betting him. I already saw all the signs. Something wasn't right. They kept pushing him. Nobody was talking about Max Holloway. Max Holloway's a killer. 34 years old. His last 6 fights, he's killed people. I think he lost Oliveira and somebody else. Or I could be wrong. But there was no way. Too many people were betting Vegas. Vegas was not going to take that beating.
Did he really make $30 million, McGregor?
Yeah.
That's a disgrace.
It is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. I feel bad for you if you bought the ticket. I feel bad for you. Hence the expression, mind your business. You could have had just as much fun in your living room. People went to that fight. They're heartbroken. They're like the Russian right now. They paid $3,000 and they didn't see nothing. You saw Patty Babatti.
Yeah, that was great.
You saw a great card. But the card they went to see, and I feel bad for Conor. Half of me feels bad for Conor. But again, that flying sidekick, there was no reason for it.
I think he was hurt before that.
He was hurt before.
Dude, we talk a lot about like people like, getting greedy. The fact that it's free, like I didn't watch a UFC for 10 years. Like those pay-per-views were so expensive.
Yeah, but you were pirating them. Don't lie.
I did a little bit, but honestly, not like those pirating. It always goes down. Like I don't know. It's now I sound like an old person, but when we were watching it in LA and it was like Max in his prime, it's DC, John Jones. I don't know. It just seemed better than it is now. It seemed like the fights were more exciting. It seemed like, I don't know. I didn't really care about it. And for him to make 30, no one makes 30 million. John Jones, they wouldn't give him 20. And that's why he didn't fight.
Man, that kid brings, say what you want to say about Conor McGregor. He changes an economy for 5 days, okay? He changes your economy. You could take shit away from Conor McGregor, but he pumped a lot of money into Vegas.
That's why they didn't cancel the fight.
And I don't think he, listen, it's an 8-week training camp, right? There's nobody who walks out of an 8-week training camp that they're doing it effectively that doesn't hurt something. Your shoulder. I go to the gym every once in a while, I do a high pull. My shoulder. Something is still lingering that never healed. So you always go into a fight with an injury, but the excitement of the lights and all that shit makes the pain go away, and you try your best. I saw something different. McGregor was jumping around all weekend, being nice to people. It was almost too surreal. But when he walked in the octagon, everything changed. Look at it. He looked across. It's like when I do a gig and you guys tell me, I can't wait. And now it's December 28th and we got to go do this gig. And, and that's what happened. He looked across the ring and he goes, look at his face. Why am I doing this? I'm worth $400 million. I'm going to get $30 million. I got to pay taxes on it and all that shit. What am I doing with my life? I could just make commercials now.
Yeah.
You could just do commercials.
Or open up a gym.
Sports, gyms, whatever. He took the fight. And, the fighter mentality is completely different when you're broke and hungry than when you're sleeping on $200,000 million sheets.
Yeah, of course.
You got a butler and you're on a Ferrari boat and you're on. It's tough to really dig.
And I get that. And listen, he's an amazing athlete, but I was watching it as a comic and I'm like, this is a guy who sells out Madison Square Garden and has done 3 shows, has no material. And it's just, if I had paid for that, I would have been so
that's
pissed.
Why you didn't pay. That's why it was on Paramount and you got nothing to worry about.
Right.
When I watched it, like I said, for me, it was just the point of the betting. There was no way he was going to win. I did not know he was going to fall apart, get hurt. I did not, but I knew there was something. There was no way all those people will. And then once Drake bet him, that's when I doubled up.
He really does
Drake
do
bets
that.
$1 million, you double up. You got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Every time Drake bets, bet against him. You will win tons of money.
Does he announce it or something? How does
No, they put it up. He just bet $1 million.
And he always loses, right?
You know, people always say to me, Dog, don't you go to baseball games? The Yankees or the Giants or the Boston Red Sox or whatever. You know why I don't like that no more? I saw behind the curtain.
In what way?
When you're a kid, you wear your jersey and you go to these places and you're excited. How many times I bring a basketball game to Madison Square Garden as a kid? Or when the Nets started playing in Piscataway and me and Chucky McBreen took a bus up there one night to see Moses Malone. We had balls with us. The three of us. You know, you're in the 8th grade, okay? And I think when I started betting at 18, 19, I just saw behind the curtain. You just see behind the curtain. There's no way. I remember one game we were at Hashways. It was perfect. It was a Monday night game. We all liked it. Everybody broke down the thing. They were given 7.5. They all ended up losing by 40. I'll never forget that going, this ain't right. Something's not right here. That's why I feel bad for people when I see them on the A train with giant stuff on. Let it go. Let it go. That's something to watch at home. As after 20, you're going to be a fan with a jersey on and shit. I feel bad for you. Because it's not even about that. It's not even about that anymore. You know, you never seen a bookie with a part-time job, guys. But Vegas doesn't get bigger every year because you and your friends, we broke even. We broke even. Okay. But Vegas keeps getting bigger. Now they're putting another stadium on the script, but you keep telling me you go out there every time. And me and my wife win all the time. No, you don't. Nobody fucking wins. Because even if you win, you still got 3 days left. You might win an $8,000 jackpot and you got 3 days left. By this third day, we're not going to gamble. No, we're going to we're going to paint the deck. You know, we're going to install a new deck. F you, that one of those two is burning. They're saying, we made 8, we can make 12. Let's just take 4 down there. That's life. They're always going to get you. In casino, the Japanese guy, they broke his plane and he went back and he looked. Bro, it's designed to always win. Yeah, there's that guy that goes and wins $11 million on the thing one time, and then he goes home and his family milks him to death. Who's not pregnant, who's not, so at the same time, you know, it's all bullshit. Once you see behind the curtain, it's very tough to go back. And that's what happened to me young. I was like, it's not about how good the quarterback is. It's about what Vegas is running that week. You've seen it. We've all bet. And you've all bet 3.5 and they win by 3. Or, you know, there's always something that you go, that was fucking fishy.
What about that guy? There's one of those NBA players who's getting like investigated for gambling now. And he was down by like 9. The line was 7.5 with like 3 seconds left. He zoomed down the court to score so it would stay under the points or under the spread. And he's being tried. And I think everyone's doing it. I think everyone.
Gambling has gone up. I mean, across the board. You know, like I spoke about, the gambling services are the new credit card services when you're in college. When you have media day in college or whatever that is, where you go get your books and shit, and then you walk onto the hallway and Bank of America's there. And when I was there, it was Discovery and MasterCard. They're all there talking to you about the opportunities of MasterCard and how if you sign up today, we'll give you a $250 credit. And you can't believe it as a kid. You're like, bro, that's dancing shoes, a pair of jeans, a shirt, and a half gram of bull. Sign me up. And they all do that. $250 here. What do the draft things do? What do the draft services do?
Oh, you're lucky if they give you a T-shirt.
No, but I'm talking about like these fucking, all the gambling services.
Yeah.
$5 gets you $300. What's the difference, guys? It's air.
Yeah.
They don't give a because they know 8 out of 10 of you motherfuckers is going to put another quarter in that machine, and 4 out of 10 is in it for life, till he ends up at Gamblers Anonymous or, you know, and that's just the way life is. Don't ask me. That's just the way life is, man. The alcohol system, isn't alcohol sales been down?
Mm-hmm.
Wait for them next semester at college. Watch till they come on campus, start giving away little bottles and shit. That's the final move. You got to tap them there. What was Adam Sandler's genius? He got all those college kids. Those college kids became 40-year-olds successful, and now he's got them for life.
Yeah.
They're fans of his for life. You got to catch them early. And that's the same thing they're doing. So, yes, every kid, and these kids that are gambling aren't street smart.
Very few
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they fall for all that shit. Conor McGregor, I'll bet. You know, they fall for all that shit. And that's why you get caught. And now once you're in, you're in. How many times did I lose $200 on a Saturday? And I'm like, I just paid a guy on Thursday. But guess what? Sunday still left. And guess what? Monday Night Football. And I know there's a Chinese tennis game going on somewhere Tuesday for me to make my money back. And we ended up doing what? We ended up losing more.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking science. And I can't figure it out. I'm not Alexander Graham Newton, whatever his name is. You know, I don't know nothing about this shit.